the knack.
Yeah.
So Labor Day always calls into question the American need for work. In my view, the human capacity for effort is elastic. The more work there is, the more work you will do. But it's a curse, because once you've stretched that work container, the deflation is depressing. It's why on vacation I'm such a wreck, and why I don't get France either. Their national bird is the mime, a creature that doesn't do, but only pretends to. Now, not all Yanks are alike. For instance, the Huffington Post has a nap room. Yeah, I guess hauling someone else's blogs out of that mine must be taxing. Just the other day, 3 Columbia grads died from paper cuts. Look, America is now experiencing work deflation on a mass scale. We're nothing without productivity. But my definition of work is broader. Being a mom or a dad is work. Sadly, those are jobs that millions have abdicated. The results? Lindsay Lohan and millions like her. Relationships are really hard work. Harder for men because women are way, way better at it. Ask my wife. Actually, don't. But America has to get back to work. That dream of a smaller state with revised, i.e. lowered expectations, only makes sense to those who think America's greatness comes at the expense of others. To them, every time America succeeds, somewhere a mime cries. But it's killing us, for there's a hole inside you that must be filled daily. It's not a stomach, it's a soul, and it's shovel ready. The folks in D.C. don't have to provide the dirt. Just get the hell out of our hole so we don't end up late, or rather too late for work. You okay there?
That was weird.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that was a weird one.
I don't think
I mean, the ending. The other part was good.
Do I have to explain this metaphor?
Please.
That everybody, everybody when they get up in the morning has to fill a hole. That's called work. And when government gets into that hole, you can't fill it. So you got to get the government out of your hole. All right, now I see why this was a mistake.
Tortured metaphor.
This is the worst metaphor I've ever come up with. Look at you.
All I heard was get out of my hole.
And it was really just
Get out of my hole, Mr. President. Get out of my hole.
An awesome bumper sticker.
This is a metaphor.
It's supposed to get out of my dish.
Let's try to salvage this mess with some
Bob,
questions.
aren't you laughing?
Not
Bob,
possible.
I'm absorbing.
Bob, we are, as a people, miserable without work. You were sick a couple of weeks ago, and you still showed up here, sick as a dog, and work. Why is that? Why do we need to work?
Well, I think a lot of people believe, and I happen to believe, if you don't work, you die. I mean, if you look at the number of people who retire, and how soon after that they die, it's pretty scary. I mean, I think most people... I mean, first of all, what are you going to do if you don't work?
That's true.
I mean, what are you going to do? Go to the beach?
Yeah.
I mean, or wait for the ladies foursome in front of you to finally clear a tee.
That's what you do.
Well, no, I don't do it anymore. But I think that's true. I think Americans do have a tendency to want to work, and when you don't work, again, what the hell are you going to do? Unless you want to do illegal drugs.
It's the only way to get ahead. So you know that you learn that as you were. Well, I certainly did.
Yeah.
You learn early on that you want to make sure that you have enough for your retirement, enough for your kids, whatever. And the only way to do that is if you work, unless you live somewhere else.
When you were like 13 or 14, I remember hearing that you used to help troubled lemonade stands and then liquidate them and then fire everybody.
I was part of the Junior Bain Capital internship program. It taught me a lot. Here I am today.
Yeah, here you are.
Andrea, do we work too much compared to, like, you look at France, we work on average 200 hours longer than the French. Are they happier than we are? They got the French bread.
Maybe. Maybe. They drink a lot of wine, and they have, I guess, a better quality of life. They think. I don't. When I lived there, it was tough to get anything done with people only working 35 hours a week.
I thought you liked it there.
I loved it, but no one was working. I certainly wasn't working. I was drinking wine every day and eating croissant.
Yeah.
But
why aren't they fat?
I think it's a good thing that we're working here. I mean, look at Greece, for example.
Yeah.
All they do, it's like they created democracy and astrology and all this other stuff, and then they just dance and smoke cigarettes for the next couple thousand
Did they
years.
invent astrology or astronomy?
Astronomy.
I was going to say, women sometimes confuse astrology with astronomy. I apologize for that comment.
No, we don't.
Kimber, yes,
Only
you do. Yes, you do.
Well, they are related.
You thought Virgo was an astronaut. All right. I went to Kimberly, last word to you. I went to a bodega today and I asked why they were open, and they said they were open all the time, 24 hours. Isn't that what makes America great?
Absolutely.
They had no idea it was Labor Day.
What's the point of having Labor Day unless you're laboring? I mean, be honest, right?
This is like America's ranching.
Nobody works 24 hours. Even the cops don't work 24 hours.
America's ranching and farming communities.
It's just, well, what a terrible.
And it's one of the reasons I think that some of those red states are so solid, because in America's ranching and farming communities, you are independent business owners. You eat what you kill, basically. And if a cow decides that she's going to have her calf at 2 a.m. in the middle of February on a Saturday, you don't
deal.
have a choice. You have to go and help her.
Did you eat what you killed?
Butterflies this afternoon for lunch was delicious.
And there was that drifter in '88.
Well,
I have a whole pun, but I'm not going to do it because it's really wrong and inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be hearing from people later. Coming up, Clint